Let's figure out what the bias is right now. Balanced the daily VI, got a bullish reaction from it. So, want to say bullish, but then there's this hourly gap above. Might get this break of structure to the downside. Doesn't really seem bullish yet. Momentum's kind of dead. We have NFP tomorrow. So we will see. I had a one-on-one this morning. I don't think I would take anything based off of the 30-second here. I would need to see more confirmation because the price conditions I don't love right now. I actually think that there's going to be like an injection of volatility this afternoon in some way, whether it's a news event or just like price picks up because we've been accumulating for a while, and so I want to wait for that like injection of volatility in order to like um take a trade. You're saying NFP isn't tomorrow? Ew, gross. When is NFP? It's next Thursday? Bro. No, next Wednesday. Bro. This is not going to be correct. Or whatever the estimate is not going to be correct. These numbers are going to go negative. It's going to be like really bad, I think. Why can you guys not hear me? Hello, hello. Hello. Okay, wait, this was kind of a bullish reaction. Still though, I just don't like the price conditions here. This 2 minutes not obvious. I don't think I would take anything here. The only thing I would have taken would be something like this, but we don't have that here. There's no easy break even here. I wouldn't touch anything here. How'd y'all do today? Did you guys like catch the shorts off open, or did you guys catch the long after 11? Remember what we talked about? If we don't get our reversal after 10, when should we expect it? This seemed like obvious accumulation. I wasn't going to look for a reversal here because it was after 10. So we should expect our next reversal to be at 11. We didn't get it at 11, but we hadn't swept liquidity yet. That reaction off of sweeping liquidity was extremely bullish. So this is when I entered my first trade of the day, was this long. I really liked this. I liked the momentum. I liked the easy break-even target at the high here. So this to me was one of the best setups of the day. I don't know how I feel about this short. Just because you're trying to target a low that took out another low. Um, and it's like I don't know if I would be in love with sell side here, but I mean obviously it worked. There was a lot of momentum, so it's okay. Um, I did add 10 more shares to my IBIT position, which is currently getting absolutely destroyed. I think I'm down 20% on it right now. So, um, I'm still with the mindset that I'm willing to lose everything in it. I've invested about $2,300 into it, and I'm just gonna try and hold it for the long haul. Um, we'll see what happens. Maybe this was the last Bitcoin cycle, but I don't know. I don't see why it would fail now. But we'll see. I feel like if anything, now is the time for Bitcoin more than ever regarding, first of all, the state of the US dollar and the way that the technology is moving regarding AI and all that. I feel like Bitcoin would be very helpful with that. I mean, obviously, I could see ways it could fail. Obviously, there's supposed security issues and I don't know what else, but I think that the risk doesn't merit this drop right yet. Uh, if you think human trafficking is stopping, not necessarily saying this is a bull case for Bitcoin, but just because the Epstein files are leaked doesn't necessarily mean human trafficking is stopping. Okay, this is pretty bullish. What do we think? I mean, obviously, like, there's not an inverse here. I mean, that's the glaring problem with this setup. But I bet you there's like a CISD here somewhere. Now, honestly, there's nothing here. There really is nothing. I'm not going to try and force a setup. There's nothing. I'm not a Bitcoin bull. I could see both scenarios happening. I just think that the risk to the downside does not warrant this dump. I mean, there would have to be something a little more um like negative than like, oh, there's an email about Epstein and Satoshi, like, or whatever. Short after 10 a.m. was good. Yeah. So yeah, I like I said, guys, I don't love the price action here. I'm probably not going to take anything while we're here. I need something to clean up. These candles are not good to me. We're not getting very obvious for value gaps here. I think that we can maybe use this 2-minute BPR as a condition to go to this high. And then obviously this gap here to take it to AMI, but I just don't love this. Now, if we were bullish after sweeping this low, should this gap hold? And if it doesn't, could this potentially mean, another sell model, right? That's kind of my thoughts right now. I just don't like the draw on liquidity here. Bitcoin is almost 60, or not 60, sorry, 50% off from its highs, which is pretty crazy. Exactly, Michael, yeah. I am taking advantage of the sale for sure. Potentially to my own detriment. AM trades. The only trade I took was the 1 minute long here off volume. I just saw how bullish of a reaction this was to sweeping out AM low, and I got in here and easy break even here. Took 15-second short. Like this one up here? Was there something up here? Oh yeah, that's nice. I like this. So we broke the 1 minute on the left here with a bearish OB. I think this goes down. Just an idea. I mean, obviously, I'm not taking anything here, but I think that if we were really bullish, we would not have put that in. What do I think about the 3 minute long at 11:15? Let me see. 11:15. Yeah, that was the trade I took. I think that's very good. The 2 minute, 3 minute, whatever there. That's the idea. With this much momentum, you expect price to get to this high. My idea was just entering earlier there because we pumped like 80 points in like a minute or whatever it was. Yeah, like 80 points. So this isn't a good sell side target. It's not a good break even target, obviously, but I just don't see why we would put in this bearish inverse and the bearish OB if we're bullish here. And then obviously there's just not enough momentum, not enough volume right now to actually go anywhere. I'm just observing. But maybe it'll pick up during the macro or something. Breaking down a little bit here. That candle was pretty bearish. I would probably go break even if I was in a short off that. Because we have that SMT and we swept out the equal lows. And you just want to see this like death candle here. You don't really want to see it play around too much at the low. If we're going to be bearish. Break even. True, Michael. So yeah, I'm starting to believe that we're bearish for right now. Nothing just telling me that we're bullish at all. So then that begs the question, where are we going? Probably 50% retrace. We already hit it. So if not 50, then where to next? Maybe the last gap in the leg, this 5 minute, that's 674. And then where? I took the 1 minute at at the AM low sweep, this one. I thought that this momentum was very convincing. Is anybody in a short here? Why did I fade the 5 minute short? I wasn't fading the 5 minute short. What do you mean? This one? Oh, uh, because I didn't like the drawn liquidity. I mean, it's a good pattern trade for sure. Yeah, I've got to like the drawn liquidity if I'm going to take a trade. That one I just didn't love. Okay. I'm not fully convinced sell model yet. This isn't really a bearish death candle reaction at the low. We need to see this turn into a bearish OB, and then I'll kind of be convinced from there. Plus 4 hour devil's candle. What do you mean? Dude. If you're talking about the unfilled gap there, like the VI on the daily, that's fine. Oh, you're talking about this? Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I would have been looking at the daily VI as more of a draw there. This, which is basically the exact same thing. So yeah, that's fine. Like I said, I didn't like the risk to reward for the draw. And I ended up taking a much better risk to reward trade. Risk there is 130 points. I don't remember exactly where the draw was. But yeah. This is not clean, like, high volume conditions. Do you hold to the data high from the trade you took? Yeah, I held till the unfilled last gap in the leg. So this 5 minute, which I suppose is the data high there, but is it really a yeah, it's a data high. Yeah. Yeah, I thought this was clean. Took it with like 2 micros, sold at the high here, sold the high up there. So this is clearly bad PA. Was it the 11:15? Yeah, it was. It was a scandal. For those trading Bitcoin, are you guys familiarized with the Bitcoin production cost and the Bitcoin electrical cost? Yeah, I saw the chart, Lewis. I think that it's really hard to determine your electrical cost on Bitcoin because depending on where you're mining it, changes your production cost, and also what energy source you're using changes your production cost. So yeah, some miners will be affected, which will obviously lessen the supply of new Bitcoin. Yeah, but nah, that's not true. It has. Also, that number is like kind of arbitrary and like depends on a lot of different factors. It's not really like an indicator of like Bitcoin like collapsing. Nah, I haven't. Since when has like Bitcoin ever actually respected anything other than the 4-year cycle? Bitcoin was never supposed to get this big, and yet it did. So I'm not really. I mean, all the smart people want to come out of the woodwork when it's down, but then they'll be shouting from the rooftops about how it's a terrible thing, and they'll be wrong the other 90% of the time. It's like how um Michael Burry has like 400 attempts at calling the next big short, and he's only gotten it right twice. It's like, Seb, I'm working on it. So yeah, I think unfilled 5 minute last gap in the leg is coming. I actually don't know if this is going to be a full on sell model because, well, yeah, we're kind of speeding up here and we have the macro coming up in 2 minutes. This isn't really a lot of selling volume yet. Obviously, it could pick up here. To be fair, Warren Buffett was actually never a big fan of crypto. So, well, I know the quote is like a joke. Yeah, I know, I know. Yeah, we'll just see. I don't really know. It's not like there was anything, like, not really a good entry there. I mean, I guess the 1 minute, but this 1 minute didn't lose. It almost did. But this 1 minute would have been, I don't know, it still would have been a valid entry. Yeah, this game really close to a 4 hour BPR. It says Bitcoin electric, but oh, okay. So I just saw this. So the production cost has fallen below on several different occasions. It looks like, and it's even fallen below the electrical cost during COVID. And even here and here, all there it was below. So it looks like it doesn't go much below the electrical cost, if anything. So that's kind of like a buy signal when it does, just based on the chart. This 1 minute here, Murmar, 135. Yeah, 130 FEG. It did not inverse at 133, I don't think. Oh no, it did. You're right. You're right. It did inverse and then close to the tick. You're right. But Yeah, I guess it did. Ah, well, it doesn't matter to me. These were bad price conditions anyway. I think this is actually starting to clean up a little. But I guess we can get this stuff out of the way right now since there's nothing we can do as far as the chart goes. Does anybody have any questions about today? Do I go Stoop here? Sure. Ooh, it is. Snoop, Scoop. Uh, what else? Swoop. Hey, swoop and six. Is everything gonna dump? The Great Reset has started? I told you guys how I felt about long-term positions a few days ago. 30-second, 5-minute long at open. Um, Probably plays I never would have taken. Yeah, that's not really something I would have taken. Nice, Grant. Um, Momentum is the key to that, Lewis. It's got the draws and liquidity don't really. I mean, they matter, right? So A and B draws obviously are going to hold more importance too. And those are going to be like less confluence is needed. So for A and B draws, I would say all you need is momentum. What was my stop on the 1 minute long? My stop would have been if we closed back below the for value gap. So it was like 70 points, but I targeted like 170, so I figured it was worth it. It was like 2.5 R. And then with the scales, it was like, you know, 1 here, and then 2.4. So the average of that is about 1.8, no, 1.7. And I risked about 280. So he finally hit that last gap in the leg that I was looking for. I have to show you guys something that kind of makes me sad. Check this out. So if we have momentum, we can always enter without all time frames. Without momentum, we need all time frames. Yes, exactly. I take that unfunded? Yeah, I did. I don't have evals to take plays on, so yeah, I took that unfunded. Still haven't bought those top steps. And in which situations it's okay to go long in premium and short and discount? The only time it's okay to go long in premium and short and discount is when we have an A draw. Yep. Well, my bias was right. That 1 minute breaking kind of was the key, or the 1 minute OB forming, I guess, and the 1 minute breaking. And then we kind of inversed it back up. It's just, low volume conditions. Bruce, American flag, bomb spike, jeans, butt, bald eagle, ram. Baseball, Ang, Ocean, Apple Pie, Christopher, Lapis Lazuli, Knock, Sky. Let's go. Do you think we can get something good in PM, or is day pretty much over? I think we can get something good. Anytime we have good movement, like we've already fallen 100 points pretty much since PM high, so I don't see why not. Jeans are American for sure. Do I still backtest? No, I don't backtest anymore. Bruce Lee, Spike Lee, Christopher Lee. What else? Lapis Lazuli. Ang, you think? Alright, we'll try it. Yep. Alright. Bullish stop run here. After hitting the last gap in the leg. Sky's blue, ocean blue. There you go. There we go. Alright. Last one. Then I guess for now we can use this 1 minute as our condition for longs. Probably shouldn't break that. Unless we're going to be bullish. And then we do have like a confirmation setup here forming on the 30-second. It'd be like these gaps combined. 15-minute closing in 2, yep. So 15 minutes still holding. We can get this. This seems pretty bullish. No. If we get like a good close. I think this 1 minute's a good condition for short-term longs. Like this should not break if we're bullish. We would break like several other time frame gaps as well. What is this song? We can get this off of 1, surely. Alright, so no close above. Oh wow, that's 30-second. 4-hour close. Maybe we go for the unfilled 4-hour now. Respected that 30-second. New top step rule. Interesting. 3 days? What is there a threshold? Express funded account is just their sim funded, Baker. I can't think of what this is. Okay, 30-second death candle there. Kinda. No close below though. Is this like stay? Like by Zed? No. Is this like something by Taylor maybe? Is it actually Bastille? Like, is it happier? Yeah, it's happier. God damn it, dude. That's what I thought it was. Why couldn't I think of that? I could have gotten that on the first one. Oh well. Hey, we got it in under though. Alright, are we gonna be bullish now? Are we finally gonna get over that 1 minute? Get a 1 minute OB? If you want to take an eval trade, this could be, I guess, something with a stop at the OB low. Like that. It's a pretty bullish reaction to the last gap. And then you'd go break even at this high. It's already going to be gone without you, isn't it? Wow, 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 wow. Yeah. Yeah, this could take us all the way back to PM high. You could probably still chase, but the problem is your break even is not good anymore. Like, this is so much momentum. I wasn't convinced. I figured this would be a retracement because the volume wasn't there for shorts. I wouldn't enter like on the close. I mean, if you're gonna miss the trade, you're gonna miss the trade. It is what it is. But a pullback here could be good. So you can tighten up risk, still use the OB as the stop, something like this. But if it's gonna go, it's just gonna go. Not much you can do. Wow. It really is just gonna go. What about 3 minute? 3 minutes gone too. You don't want price to take this high before getting your entry, that's for sure. You still want to see the 3 minute close above, so there's like the 1 minute. 1 minute IO Fed. Then obviously we'll break even at the 745 high if it gets there. 3 minutes probably going to close above now too. We'll just have to see. So there's that. You can obviously enter off the 3 there. And then break even when we hit this high. It's kind of negative RR now, though. Okay, go break even there. And then you might want to scale higher than PM high if the momentum continues. I guess theoretically we could go all the way to here with like a scale here. I won't scale at PM high, no, because it's negative RR. And there isn't really any roadblocks to the left of PMI, and this was a lot of momentum. So I don't think price should re-hit this low. Because this is an efficiently traded price action. And there's no reason for price to rebalance something that's efficiently traded. 30-second re-entry? Yeah, potentially. Yeah, if you're in a long here, you want to see this inverse. Macro time ending in a minute. How do we determine which should not be rebalanced? Reaction to the gap. Bullishness. I don't know. So like order flow says that we're bullish here based on momentum and what gaps are being respected and disrespected. So in order to maintain bullish order flow, in my opinion, it doesn't make sense to violate bullish PD arrays to take out efficiently traded price action. Okay? So the bullish order flow that we'd be violating here would be the 1 minute and 30-second order blocks that we put in. Now we have another 1 minute order block. So realistically, price shouldn't violate any of this now that we've just put in if we're going to remain bullish. We should just pump. So the fact that unfilled gaps are getting left behind does not mean we have to go and tap them. No. If we do leave behind unfilled gaps, sometimes it's important that they get rebalanced, right, before heading higher. So like, I wouldn't say that this 2 minute is necessarily an unfilled gap because the 1 minute was clearly what was balanced there. So like, well, yes, we left orders. The inefficiency was addressed on the 1 minute time frame. Took the 30-second confirmation long with high risk. Yeah, I did the same. I'm just gonna let this hit the TP or be a loss. I don't even. I mean, at this point, we should not pull back, and this should not be a break even. But you know, all right. I'm out of contract there. Yeah, that's why we're scaling a contract there because we don't know if this gap to the left is going to break. Remember, we marked out the 2 minute BPR at the start of the session. We said, okay, this is a good condition to determine if price is going to go to this high. Also, remember, I mentioned the 4 hour unfilled gap. That could definitely be a target as well. So if you have more than one runner left here, I would definitely try and hold a runner for that. I just don't know if we're going to get through this roadblock with a lot of speed. This 837 high. But it seems like we could. For sure. All right. Let's see a show of hands. How many of you guys took that long? And how many of you didn't take it, and what was your reasoning? I'm interested. So you want to see this 2 minute BPR break? Then we have nice LRLR as well. Not really. This LRLR is not algorithmic. Missed it because I'm driving. For sure. For sure, Fahrenheit. So no 2 minute BPR break yet. You called the 30-minute holding. Nice. Nice, Todd. We had nice targets for liquidity at least. Yeah, highs inside gaps for sure. For sure, Lowy. The second entry, sorry. So we had the one entry which was break even, but then we had this entry, and this was like a good play. This was like a 3 candle V shape, a lot of momentum, good break even. So careful with this 2 minute BPR here. You're at 400 with half size, nice. Very nice demo. So we're gonna get a stop run here most likely to balance the inefficiencies we left behind. We left a lot of gaps, and the 2 minute BPR is definitely gonna be the thing to make that happen, I think. So I think Fahrenheit scale is a very good idea, and obviously scaling at the high inside the gap there is what I've done already. So just keep that in mind. You're also risking 50 points in profit for an additional 30, which I don't think is that bad to do in this scenario with how much momentum we've had. Um, but just keep that in mind as you're in a trade, paying attention to how many points you're risking to how many points you're looking to get more of. Always being cognizant of that, making sure that our risk to reward is good throughout the trade. Maybe locking up 20 points here isn't a bad idea. Could get the woman in OB here. Definitely just want to see price run to the high now. It's a lot of momentum up. If we were to like come back to this low, I don't think that would be good. I think it just makes sense to just pump here. Want to see this 30-second gap hold here. Just a little bit more. And that is my trade for the day. Um, I just take anything unfunded that has this criteria, whatever the Twitter thread says. To me, this was like highs inside of fair value gaps, like obvious highs inside of fair value gaps, which is like B tier draw. We had the macro, which is time. We had good momentum, and this was like a continuation play. So I took this unfunded, but I just took it light because it didn't have the sweeper delivery. So it's not that like I have like criteria to like take a funded play. I more like have criteria on like how I size in a position. Like this for me wasn't a full size play, even though it could have been. That's kind of how I've adapted lately with my trading. It's just adjust my sizing depending on the probability and risk reward. Because like here, the risk reward here is very good, but I don't want to put a lot of size on it because I don't want to put a lot of risk out on the table, if that makes sense. Because the probabilities are lower. And then if the probabilities are higher, I'll put more risk on the table, regardless of the risk reward. Yeah, high inside of a fair value gap is a B tier draw, especially an obvious swing high. So like this high here to me is obvious on the lower time frame at least. This 2-minute high as well. This was like the first draw. I mean, all of these. I mean, the momentum here is what sells it. The macro here is what sells it. The delivery here to the left is what sells it. The fact that bullish higher time frame order flow was still being respected. I said at the time that this 1 minute would be our condition. If you guys remember that, I said if we broke this, we'd become bullish. And then we had a lot of momentum here. Payout secured. Nice, Damo. Did we do the Wordle yet? Yeah, we did. We got it in 6. Yeah, yeah. It was really good risk reward. So like, yeah. I mean, that's the reason I took it. Obviously, still hold this if you have an extra runner. I just didn't. I would be holding for the unfilled 4 hour above at this point. We need a good break of structure at this last gap in the leg, though. So we want to see price close very nicely above this high. And so on and so forth. But yeah, I'm obviously all out there. Thanks, Jam. Appreciate it. What is OBS? I want to start doing what you're doing. Uh, OBS is open broadcasting software. It's a recording software for just recording stuff. I didn't go break even on the high. Not the internal high. I went break even after we took this high. I think I said I wasn't going to break even, right? I said I'm just gonna leave my stop where it is and take profit at the high. Do you guys remember me saying that in live time? Oh, my bad. I might not have said it till after. Maybe we hit the high. But yeah, I don't remember. I would have never gone break even at this high. There's no reason to. There's no roadblock to the left, and it's really close to the entry. And I wouldn't have mind risking that there for the potential reward. That was a lot of momentum up, and like I said, there wasn't going to be really any roadblock until the 2 minute here, which we just got through, and then obviously we're stuck at the last gap, which makes sense. I thought this was clean. But yeah, definitely a screen time thing. I think we've talked about it a couple times as far as going to break even too early. Is this a short, by the way? We have a 2 minute short here. This would be considered A plus, I think, mechanically. Go break even at the 5 minute gap. And it's already break even. Okay. Jeez. So really good take profit, obviously. We'll cut the top. Yeah, for sure, Seb, for sure. Let's take a look at like 50 back down here. That could be where we're headed. So 50 back down is like that last gap before the OB if I was on a short. I would look to like take profit here maybe. Did anybody like get in the short early? I know I was kind of like alerting it as it triggered, but I know that it obviously went invalid, so it's not really a short. But I'm kind of on top of it. Called the long there, called the short off here, called the short here. Obviously, no entry opportunity. This was an entry though. Yeah, no entry opportunity for sure. Percentage of my trade should I do it for, and what kind of trades would I definitely go break even? So the trades that you should go definitely break even on are going to be trades where we're running into a opposing fair value gap, whether it's a 15-minute, 30-minute, 5-minute, 3-minute, whatever. When we sweep a high inside of a fair value gap and we could reject from that, or we're running into a fair value gap, that's the opportunity. So like with this 2-minute short here, we obviously have the ITL, but we also have an unfilled 5-minute gap. So in this scenario, you 100% go break even there because you don't know what order flow will do once we get to the inefficiency. Here, when we have this 30-second long, we've established that order flow is very bullish. And if we look to the left here, there's no roadblock in the way between this high, which is where you guys went break even, and this high. And because of the proximity to the entry here, the likelihood of price break evening after going to break even at this high is much higher than waiting for this high to get swept. So the probability that this high gets hit is similar to this high because there's no roadblock here. And so that's where you'd wait to go break even. Does that make sense? Because at this point, there's enough wiggle room. There's like 20 points there. And if we're really bullish here, we should just continue to run. Technically, you could have gotten even riskier and waited to go break even at 795. Because there really is no roadblock between this high and this high and this high. But I wouldn't advocate that because most of the time, when you get 20 points of buffer, 30 points of buffer, price should just run without coming back and break evening you due to proximity. And if it does, that's usually not a good sign. Exactly, Seb, exactly. The point of going break even is to prevent the trade from coming back against you. And usually what will cause a trade to come back against you is when we run into roadblocks, like this 2-minute, for example, this last gap in the leg, that we could reject from. That could cause order flow to switch. So this is why we use these areas as scale opportunities and areas as break-even opportunities. This 30-second I would say is an A setup because you're missing the what's it called? Liquidity sweep, but no, it's in discount. This 30 seconds in discount still. From the high to the low. You'd be measuring it off the previous leg. If you look at the 5-minute here, the most obvious leg is from this high to this low. 5-minute inverse, you'd have to wait for like every gap here. But maybe. It wasn't sponsored? What do you mean, Todd? Okay, so there's where I would TP on the short here. At least some. We're running into a 15-minute for value gap now. So this will become kind of our condition. If we break this, then we'll become bearish. Obviously, order flow is bearish. 30-second wasn't delivering from a fair value gap. Correct, but the leg that price was creating that continuation play on was delivering. So the point of delivery is to establish order flow. So when we establish higher time frame order flow here, and when we establish lower time frame order flow on this gap being disrespected, this gap being put in and respected, you don't necessarily need delivery, okay? Because all that delivery is meant to do is establish order flow. This 30-second is simply an entry opportunity, okay? So while we don't have direct delivery, which technically we actually do, there is a small 30-second here that if you combine with this gap here, we actually have delivery. So you could say we're delivering off that and the order block here. Did I recognize that in live time? No, I didn't. Should I have? Sure. Yes, yes, exactly, Seb, exactly. All right, so already a lot of momentum through the 15 minute. This is looking like railroad tracks to the downside, which probably not a good sign. And we know that this is an important gap to take profit at because it's rejected not once, but also twice. So significant gaps are always places we want to look to TP. And obviously, if you had not TP'd there, you would have been break even on your runner. So really, really, really good take profit there for those of you that took that trade. We basically caught the top. Wow. Dude, can you imagine if we caught this short too? I wish. I wish we'd gotten the entry. Down 110 points already. You can probably chase to the low. Like, I wouldn't because the risk to reward is terrible, but I imagine this will get to the low. Barris, you entered a short off the OB creation? For sure. Where would be the entry for the short? Do we have one? No, we don't have one, unfortunately. It just went without us. The entry would have been the 2 minute here that I pointed out. This would have been A plus, like I said. Yeah, if the 15 minute continues to hold on this leg and the leg to the left, then we won't be bearish past PM low. If we obviously break PM low and get through this 15 minutes to the left, then we'll probably head back to low a day. Well, we'll just have to see. Bitcoin is still not doing great. When do you guys think the bottom on Bitcoin is? Like 45? So Top Step changed their prices on the no activation fee accounts to $109. And suddenly my interest in Top Step has plummeted. You know, I literally talked about yesterday saying I would buy accounts, and now that you're telling me the price difference between a Lucid account and a Top Step account is $32, which is 150 for every 5 you purchase, I will continue to be buying Lucid. There's just, I mean, I don't know. That seems kind of ridiculous. I use the IBIT ETF Baker. Dude, so between Top Step canceling trading gold and raising prices, do you guys think that they're losing money? Apex did it because they're industry standard and also because they're greedy. But I don't think they're losing money. caught the short at 220? Oh, nice, bookie. Who called the short at 220 in the mentorship chat? I'm looking at it. I don't see it. Or are you posting it? I see you posted it. I see. Nice. Wait, kind man, I apologize. I thought that you couldn't trade it at all. If they just limited the size, I take back what I said. If it's just limiting the size, that's fine. Oh, revenge trading sub. How do you think he gets to being up 10K? Like, quickly. Is trading 212 any good? Does anyone know? What do you mean? Like the time? Yeah, Apex Black Gold. Oh, I don't know. I've heard Swan is fine, but that was a long time ago. That was like 4 years ago, so take that with a grain of salt. If you just look it up, there's probably a lot of people that will guide you down the right path. I use IBIT. Yeah, it's the Bitcoin ETF. Guys, what do you guys think is better? The new consistency path for payouts or the old 5 days of 150? I kind of think the 40% one is better. So, 5 minute last gap still holding. Maybe we're just range bound now for the rest of the day. That sucks, Baker. Top Step has new payout rules. 3 days, 40% consistency on each account. I kind of like it because realistically, you could kind of run those balances up pretty quick. But I guess you could on the 5 days of 150 without any problems. Like, yeah, 5 days of 150 is probably actually better still. Yeah. Yeah, no consistency. You're right. Ooh, and probably gonna dump now. Still no entry opportunity, but yeah, now you can kind of tighten up your risk with the OB. How many trades have I taken this week? I don't know. A lot. Probably 10 plus. I've taken 2 today. No, well, 3 today, including the break even. Including break evens, it's like probably 15. I don't know. I've been trading a lot this week. Welcome, 8 Buff. You did miss one banger. No, right now. Right now, 8 Buff in PM. You missed it by about 45 minutes. We took this long. Has NFP been moved? Yes, to next Thursday. What was the draw? It was PM high, and it was these highs inside the fair value gaps. So we had like this 2-minute high inside the BPR, and then these 1-minute highs inside of these fair value gaps. So to me, this was an obvious swing high here. This was an obvious swing high. I like the momentum, obviously up, coming off the 15-minute gap to the left after sweeping out liquidity. And then this was my condition to become bullish. And we broke through that and put in a bullish OB and bullish FVG. And then we IO fitted the bullish FVG. So everything was screaming bullish here. I don't know how much I'm up on the week. I do take a lot of trades. Yeah, no, I am. Sometimes to my detriment, but I don't know. I feel like it's this price action today was really easy to read. Price action always gets easier to read in higher volatility conditions. I feel like I just like to take advantage of that more, so I trade more. I'm up right now at least 4K just on my Apexes. I don't know what I'm up on my Lucids. This week. Yeah, I know Baker. And I should have traded gold last night, but I didn't because I got wrecked the night before. Yep. Yeah, per account. I lost like 2 grand. Like right now, I mean, I dictated to you guys exactly what I was looking for this whole time. I said, this 1 minute here's our condition. We need to see this hold if we're going to be bullish. We don't. Even before with the short here, I said we don't want to see this get violated if we're bearish here. When this OB got put in, I said, okay, we're bearish now. And then even up here, when I'm watching the reactions to the high, I'm saying, okay, this is an A plus short. I mean, obviously today's just one day, but for those of you that have been here for, at this point, years, you guys have seen how consistent I usually am with calling bias and where price is going and that kind of thing. How many of you guys have been in PM over a year? That's crazy. You guys are awesome. You watched me far too much last year, yeah. I feel like that's probably the biggest thing. Yeah, yeah, I did. Um, I mean, obviously, screen time is gonna help way more. Realistically, it's just a confidence thing. Like screen time and experience builds confidence. Confidence makes you more likely to take setups that maybe go against the overall model, right? And are more based in subjectivity of, you know, other confluences like momentum and time and liquidity and order flow. I mean, that's really what I'm trading off of. The entry model is just that. It's just an entry model. It's not like the end all be all in me taking a position. For sure, EJ. I want to get some feedback from you guys tomorrow regarding how I can improve PM. Like, am I still beginner friendly? Am I still like, am I still good? And obviously, like, the responses in chat will be biased, so I'll put it on an anonymous feedback form probably tomorrow if you guys wouldn't mind filling that out. But yeah, I like to get some feedback every now and again. Yeah, for sure, Fig. Appreciate it. Um, yeah, we're on tomorrow. Anyone got anything planned for Valentine's Day? The day before, my girlfriend and I are probably just gonna hang out at the house, and I'm gonna cook for her, and that'll be because she works on Valentine's Day. I didn't take the 5 minute short, long, short. Because stop loss was expensive for my one micro. Yeah, so the way that I tighten up my risk on trades that I'm like taking that, obviously have big stop losses is I'll look for an opportunity to identify a condition that should not break if we're to remain bullish. So let's say I wanted to take the 5 minute short this morning. Okay. I don't know if there was a condition, but let's identify if there is. So entry there. Okay. If I look at the lower time frame, there's nothing. So realistically, you just had to be okay with taking that big of a stop loss. And if you're not okay with that, then you skip it. And that's what I did. I actually skipped that trade. I took this one instead because I like the risk reward better. That's about it. I feel like if you're gonna have a big stop loss, you have to have a really good risk reward, and your entry has to be kind of off of like a low a day or high a day. If that's not the case, then it's kind of like a eh entry. Like I feel like here trying to target sell side after it's been swept out isn't my favorite thing to do. Even though we're delivering very aggressively from the left and it's a lot of momentum, it's like a fine trade. I don't know. I'd rather take this. So just slowly grinding down to PM low now. I don't know what's going to happen when we hit PM low, but we'll just have to see. There's a new pack. Called Vintage Rock. Maybe we should get this pack next. It's $10. It comes with a bunch of stuff. I don't think I would get the soundtrack, but they added a song to 2010s. Let's see. You know how you say for AM if it doesn't reverse at 10 it's a trend day? What would you say? Would you say there's a similar thing in PM? No. Nah, not really. Like maybe the candle open at 2, like it's similar, but yeah, it's just for AM. What's the IOFED? It's called Institutional Order Flow Entry Drill. It's just a concept that ICT came up with that describes when a candle barely wicks into a fair value gap and aggressively reacts to it. It's just like a bullish confluence. And then vice versa. Uh, there's like if we let me find a bearish IOFED here. This kind of looks like a bearish IOFED. If I go back here and look at the 2 minute maybe. Yes, this is like a 2 minute bearish IOFED. Yep. What up, man? What's up? We caught this long. Guys, have I been educating all stream up until this point? Bro just joined stream so we could hear the Huracan start up. I know you're tight. Bro, that is not a Corvette. That was the oh my god, that's a Z06. Hey, can you give me that dude's card? I'm trying to get the same exhaust that dude's got. Uh okay, okay. Yeah, dude, I think next year I'm gonna get the C8. I'm gonna get the Z06. Stay focused. All right, back to Bandle. Yeah, guys, he's obviously trolling. Oh, I know what this is. Dead Man Walking or something. It's like do 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 do, right? That song. What is that song called? Who sings it? It's like one of those people from One Direction. Who's another one? Liam? No. Maybe it's Harry Styles. I don't know. I think that's what the song is. Could be wrong. Oh, it's 5 Seconds of Summer. It's the song. Yeah, there you go. Wow. Been noticing my first instinct is right quite often. You think I should trade it more like the break even at the CE that day? I don't know, mindset I should take to have data, like doing something gives you more data than thinking about doing something. And like 2 for 2 for the session, can't break the account, right? I mean, yeah, if you want to collect data because you feel as though your intuition is I the way that I think about anything in the market is I feel like I always have to have a reason for doing something, whether it's executing or moving to break even or whatever. Otherwise, I can't collect data on it. Like the data's just useless. Like if I'm just saying I'm doing this because of vibes, it's like okay, you have to have like a data point. You have to have like a variable. So that would be the only thing I'd say. But the vibes is kind of the data. I mean, but what's your variable? I think that's just confirmation bias. Like, yeah, yeah. I think it's just bias. Yeah, I mean, don't let me deter you. I mean, it's just I'm just trying to stop potentially like you from wasting your time trying to figure that out. But if all you got is time, then I guess go for it. I mean, ICT had to come up with this stuff somehow, so he probably did the same thing at first. But I don't know. I feel like there's got to be a variable. It can't just be vibes. Anyway, two more songs here. Ooh, I like that. What is that? No guesses? Do I not have any bandlers here today? I guess Fahrenheit. Oh no, Fahrenheit's here. I guess it is the 2000s. Rain kind of up to date, true. So we're back running into this 15-minute gap. I'm glad we stopped trading when we did because I'm not sure what else we could do in this scenario. We failed to sweep liquidity. There's no SMT at the low. We're just kind of stuck in a range now. Oh, oh, oh. That's what I was thinking. It's got to be Alicia Keys. It's got to be. Is it this one? Or is it Fallen? It might be Fallen. Yeah. Yeah. Because it's. But I don't know. So maybe 50 pullback here. Just got it. Could be like a 30-second inverse short, but this seems pretty bullish now. Nickelback? What song? How did you get that? I did not hear that at all. Alright, yeah, this is just flying. way past 50% now, so I don't know what to think. Maybe we go back for the highs now. Dude, Bitcoin's still getting wrecked. Down 10.5% on the day. 90s. Return of the Mac, you think? Oh, yeah, sure, Ape off. Banger. Wow, this is just really ripping. Was there even an entry? No, there wasn't. All these are in series. $1964. Where was my alert? Low music if possible, please. Sure. Sorry, I didn't realize it was so loud. Low music if popsicle, please. That's funny. Oh, is this House of the Rising Sun? Yeah. Oh my gosh. This thing's just gonna go all the way back to the high. I wonder if I wonder how El Salvador is doing with their Bitcoin position. Pull back here, it looks like. Maybe this 2-minute inverse. This 2 minute short actually looks kind of decent, no? Oh, I guess there's a 3 minute as well. It's risky. Maybe you wait for both. Nice, Apoff. My max viewers at one point, I think, was over 2K. And that was only one day, though. Every other day, I normally average like 60 viewers, 30 viewers, something like that on Twitch. No, I don't stream anymore. I mean, I stream every day, but I don't stream video games anymore. This seems bearish. So in this scenario here, if you were to take a short, your break even would be here at 721. It's now 1-to-1, I think, on risk to reward about. And it's probably at about 50%. But yeah, this is just going to go. I think this dumps really hard. I'm tempted to get in, guys. I'm not going to lie. I know that's probably foolish, but something like this, maybe. Maybe wait for a little more of a retrace. And I guess this could probably pull back. Like, there's no reason for this to just, like, stop here arbitrarily. So, yeah. Maybe wait for a confirmation set of short, and we'll take that. We could also just be, like, range bound, right? Just, like, if you look at this. So, shorting down here, you could get caught. But maybe not. Aren't you already? Yeah, I literally just drew that out meta. That's so funny. But yeah, I guess in that case, you could always just like go break even when we like tap the quote unquote flag. Yeah, we left a lot of unbalanced gaps. We've left all the unbalanced gaps actually. I think this is just like really really bearish. Obviously, you don't want to shorten discount here, but I still think this dumps. He's talking about like just price continuing to make higher highs and lower or lower highs and higher lows, and so it forms like a basically like I guess what would this one be called? A bullish pennant, maybe. I don't know. It's just some retail concepts. Yeah, this is a very risky short. I obviously wouldn't take it. I'm just observing. 3 minute close below, 2 minute close below, 5 minutes still potentially closing below. Yeah, the only thing we could consider taking here would be like a confirmation setup after the 5 minute close below, which we probably won't even get that. So 5 minute closes below there. I guess you could chase. Any chance we could have the chat after stream today? Oh yeah. Sorry, Chris. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, yeah, we can talk today. You in yet? No, I'm not in yet. I mean, at this point, you could have had your risk tighter, right? So we just talked about the OB and done something like that. I'm gone break even at this low. I'd be break even there if I was in this. Wow. And there's the low. Did any of you guys catch that? There was no real entry, but it seemed pretty clear we were going to go down off that 5 minute inverse. Wow, is this a long now? On the 1 minute, I guess. SMT. Good break even target. Maybe target 50. Less than 1 R, but nah, this is bearish. We're just gonna dump. Okay, well, hopefully you guys have runners. This is a bearish IO Fed, by the way. That's why I completely like to shut that down. We shouldn't come back to this high. You can have your stop trailed there and profit. If you're in from here, then there's no point. But if you were in from higher, obviously you can have it trailed. Ooh, look at this 15-second. Nah. Nah. It's just gonna dump. All the way probably to low a day now. This 15-second I think is A plus. Just need the momentum. Nice, Emilio. Bro sold a little early. Dude, how do I not just chase here? Somebody stop me. Trump has many options aside from diplomacy. Okay. Yikes. Does it make sense to expect a bounce here? I don't think so. The 15 minutes about to inverse. I really don't think we're gonna see anything bullish here now. For sure, Emilio. 1 minute till the 15-minute closes. Early dab master? That's awesome, man. Can I add the daily VI? What do you mean? This? You just want me to highlight where it starts? It's the discrepancy between the open here or the low of this candle and the close of this candle. Yeah. Okay, slowing down a bit here. Did we inverse the 15? We did. Okay, well, and the 30-minute. I don't know how to be bullish here, guys. We can mark out, I guess, these 5-minute gaps as conditions to be bullish, but I doubt we inverse them. And here it goes. Thirty-second long here. Hmm. I mean, we're so due for a retracement, right? But are we really gonna long? I don't know. I don't think so. Want to see this gap hold, obviously, to remain bearish. Kind of a lot of momentum up. We didn't hit the high there. It's kind of a lot of momentum up, guys. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, hopefully it fails for those of you that are currently in shorts. That'd be a very good sign. And obviously it goes against like the higher time frame completely. It looks like it's going to instantly fail, so that's a very good sign for shorts. Wait, it hasn't failed yet. The close. Okay, there it is. This is really starting to get kind of messy. Obviously, we don't want to be trading in this, but I imagine maybe we could be waiting for 350 to run that, or I don't know what we're waiting on at this point. After inversing the 15-minute bearish, long's probably not a good idea. Exactly, yeah. Yeah, that's exactly the idea. How would I rate the 15-minute LRLR above? Good question. It's okay. It looks like a good target, maybe after we run the lows. Or I guess it could be even a potentially good target if we inverse those conditions I talked about, those 5-minute gaps. We've left behind a lot of inefficiencies, so we probably need to see a stop run higher before heading lower. Unless we're just extremely bearish, which the vibe I'm getting right now is not that. We're kind of respecting this last gap in the leg. We just need to see like a death candle if we're going to actually like run everything lower. Kind of goes back in this whole order flow thing, right? Even though we've inversed the 15 and 30 minute, the last thing we need to take is this 5-minute. Once we get the 5-minute, the lows will be confirmed, but we haven't quite gotten that yet, so still just waiting. Next 5 minute candle put in here very shortly. I do think it's going to take a stop run in order for us to head lower. Tap that 5 minute gap. Here's kind of our stop run. A as a draw, yeah, for sure. That's a good LRLR above. Very obvious swing points. Yeah. If we got momentum to them, I wouldn't be surprised if we ran them. There's a 30-second short here out of the 5 minute IO Fed. Looks pretty bearish. If we respect it, then obviously we could be flipping order flow, but I don't know. Considering all the higher time frame is pointing sell side here, I kind of want to remain with that as my bias for now until we inverse the 5 minute to the upside. No 30-second there. This is obviously a short, very deep in discount. The draw on liquidity is not A or B tier, so this isn't like a short I would ever take unfunded. But we want to see this trigger if we're going to continue to see shorts play out. I did not. I don't. Yeah, exactly. Sub. Yep. So 30-second closes below there. Looks like we're finally going to dump. Nice. This 30-second is absolutely printing. I'd be break even on it though. So there's like first TP, and then obviously we want the lows here, so you know, you can wait for the last gap in the leg, and that's like another TP spot, or just the lows. That low is 43, so it's different on micro, so just pay attention to that. Have your TP on micro set at like 45. And then hopefully the macro, the last 15-minute candle will accelerate us to the low. Yeah, for sure, Seb. Yeah, that's fine. The momentum there was very good. I like the reaction of the 5 minute. I don't even know if this is going to go all the way. We might actually, this might be a break even. Simply because, like, the draw on liquidity. But hopefully not. Hopefully this just runs all the way. Yeah, I know, Seb. It's been happening a lot more lately. It's kind of up to you and your conviction. I just don't have, like, full conviction on the draw yet. Because we still have to inverse that 5 minute. This could still, like, play around. Once that 5 minute goes, like, I'll be fully convinced we're going to head for the low before anything else. If we'd inversed that 5 minute beforehand, I probably still would have taken it. But yeah. We're only saying these things because it played out, right? Like, in hindsight, like, who knows whether or not this would have played out exactly the way it did. All right, we got 1 minute 30 left till the macro, and then we'll see if Price wants to finally run these lows. All right, macro in 20 seconds. Yeah, for sure, Seb. I'll catch you tomorrow. Definitely could see the macro just like randomly spike up and knock everybody out of the 30-second and then dump. That could definitely seen that one before. Dang, are we really gonna save these lows? Just dump macro. Come on. You know you wanna. We all know where the draw is. And the 5-minute close below. There we go. Dump it. Paying attention to ES, we could get an SMT here. Pretty close to target now. Just out of curiosity, how many of you guys are in a short right now? 0. Okay, so a couple of you. Be very, very tragic to miss the load like this and come all the way back. That makes sense, Lewis. Ooh, that's very V-shape. That's very, very V-shape. Oh, that's not good. Gotta reject at 355 now. Uh-oh. Okay, sweep of the 350 high, 30 seconds short. What do we think? Might get an SMT there as well. Even 1 minute short. As long as we respect this gap here, I think we're still bearish. This is kind of my condition right now. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's not looking like it's going to respect. We did get an SMT there. Lewis, did you actually take that long? Because that kind of printed. And now we're like bullish. Kind of respect it. I think we closed below, but yeah, I see what you mean. 350 just rocked the world. 7 seconds left to the end of the day. I think that's going to be it for me. Don't we have earnings after hours too? Amazon earnings? Yeah. So Amazon earnings. Maybe that's why we didn't hit the low. We're saving it for Amazon. All right. Amazon's about to dump. I can feel it. I can feel it. Oh, wait. It kind of already did. Holy shit. Down 5%. Wait, is Amazon a buy here? Oh my goodness. Look at this pump. It says 4 o'clock is Amazon earnings. Let's see. Oh, it says Amazon earnings are today. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Come on, Amazon. Oh, wait. Oh, what is happening? Okay. Is it gonna dump or not? Is it already priced in? Might be priced in. Oh, wait. Oh, it's gonna dump, I think. I don't know. I actually don't know. It's too soon to say. It looks bad. Uh-oh. Is there any way we can profit off this on NQ? Probably not. Called it, though. Called the dump. Uh, I mean, I took a couple things, but nah, we didn't learn anything else. Oh, oh. Amazon dumps below 200 here. No shot. Hey, this I think is gonna work. This 2 minute and 3 minute. There's the 3 minute. Wow, that was if I would have known Amazon earnings were today, I would have shorted that. Wow, dude, shorts are just printing right now, aren't they? Amazon below 200. There's no way. Wow. Did 2 minute close below as well? I think it did, right? Yeah, it did. Everything did. So this should be good to go. All right, go break even there. And then obviously sell at the low. Other than Sebastian Hansen, did anybody else take this? Amazon below 200. One micro. Cool. We do have an SMT at this low now. So probably not going to hit full TP, unfortunately. But we can hope. We can hope. Even the indicator alerted it. Pretty crazy. All right. I think I'm going to wrap up here. I mean, you guys know where the TPs are and where the break even is.